But
have you heard the concept? Fuck, this shits me. Have you ever heard the concept silently quitting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like when they've quit mentally.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Well, yes. So they're silently quitting. They're working
Less
to the level of their pay. I think it's something along those
so like
lines.
they would have been working to like 100% initially when they started.
Yeah.
And now they've already mentally resigned from this role. They might be there for another 3 years. But they're now working at 75%.
Yeah, they look at it and they go, well, I'm not getting paid extra to be here 5 minutes extra. So I'm going to leave, first of all. Like, that's just one thing. Or I'm not getting paid to reload the copier.
Yeah.
Right? That's someone else's job.
Yeah, that's bad culture, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's definitely that too,
That's
sure.
horrible culture.
For sure. That would definitely come there as well.
You know what I mean?
But there would be people that have that level of entitlement where they're like, no, I'm not doing that. Why should I do more? Why should I do more? When really, by doing a little bit more, by doing those extra things, it can actually benefit you more than anyone else in the business or in life.
I don't think that's do you relate that to pay?
I relate that to success.
I relate that to culture, massively culture. Because I do stuff. And I've worked in workplaces where I'm like, fuck this. Like, no one's loading the paper. I'm not loading the paper. Like, you know what I mean? You're all going to be dickheads.
That's funny. I've
fine.
never felt like
Screw you all. Like, yeah. You've never worked in a really bad...
Probably not.
Dude, trust me. Like, I've done it before. Or you'll see, like, you do everything right at the start and then you'll notice that no one else does it. And then you're like... And then you eventually get so fed up that you... Like, I remember... Dude, I used to work somewhere and... I remember the printer ran out of paper.
Yeah.
And then one of the, like the proper thing to do is go get a new binder of paper or whatever they're called and load it up.
You obviously don't print much, do you?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm a digital guy. Why? What's it called? Is it called a binder?
Why would it? I don't know.
What's it called? The paper thing?
A ream?
Ream. That's the one. Good stuff. Hold on.
Thanks. I've got a paper diary.
You get a new... We'll touch on that later.
Touch on that in a
We'll touch on that later. The proper thing is to go get a ream of paper or whatever and load it up, right? And then I saw another guy and he was printing something and it said the tray's out of paper and he just opened a different tray and took like a bunch out of there and put it in his up one. And I'm like, dude, that doesn't fix the problem. Like, you know what I mean?
Just
like,
passes it on to someone else.
Yeah, you are making it go away. You're taking medicine. You're numbing the pain.
Just a Band-Aid.
Yeah, it's a Band-Aid. Like, fucking fix it. Don't be lazy. You know what I mean? But when you see that constantly, dude, and you're around it for a long period of time, osmosis is real, yeah? And then you become the same. Why should I care? If no one cares, why should I care?
Yeah.
Like, no one here cares, and I can care so much and nothing will happen. It won't make a difference because my care will just get dispersed among everyone else and it's almost like watering it down.
Yeah, 100%. I can definitely see how that's the case in the bad culture because it would stem from the top.
Yeah.
The boss would probably do the exact same fucking thing.
Potentially.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's what I that makes sense to me.
Yeah, and then that's when silently quitting.
What I've seen, potentially. But what I've seen in my experience though is I've always gone above and beyond. I've just made it my business not to be fucking lazy. Like, do it. I can do this. Why am I going to wait for someone else to do it? This happened to me years ago. I think I've told this story about driving a truck. I'm not sure. So I used to work building fences when I was in uni. And like timber paling fences and houses and stuff like that. And it was a family friend I was working for. And one day he got me to, I was probably, I reckon 19. I was in first year of uni or TAFE, whatever it was. So I was 19 years old. I'd been driving for a year or whatever it was. I was a confident driver because I was young and I thought I was the best driver on the planet. But he had a truck. Like a truck that's big enough to drive on the biggest truck you can drive on a normal license. That's what he had. And it was manual as well. I could drive manual, no worries. But his guy that was working for him quit. And he calls me up and goes, hey, you need to drive the truck. It's on you. I said, oh, I can't do that. I was fucking shitting myself. I was actually genuinely scared. Like, not scared. I was like, I can't do that. I can't. I'm not going to drive it. I was trying to make excuses. I was saying to my dad, oh, look, I don't want to drive. Can you call him and say he's not driving it? Or that's like, I was full on. I was actually real nervous to do it. Anyway, he pulls me aside and says, listen, he goes, jump in the car, we'll go for a drive together. He goes, it's not fucking hard. He goes, if that dumb shit who just left me, the guy's is an oxygen thief, if he can fucking drive it, you're 10 times the man, 10 times the ability, you can drive it. Don't let this barrier get in your way. You can do it. You can do anything you can want. Like if he can do it, you can do it. There is no difference between the two of you. Go. I got in the car, drove it. Fuck, it was fine.
Happy
it was
days.
easy. It was. I made it worse in my head.
You got in your own way.
I did. I got in my own way. Where were we going with that story? Oh, so that's where I saw like a real change in myself after that moment. Was I can do anything. I'm not going to wait for someone else to do it for me. I'm going to do it, regardless of what they feel, think, believe. I'm going to do it like this. This is how I'm going to be. And honestly, ever since that day, because building fences is a shit job. Shout out to all my fences out there.
Yeah.
Shit. It is a hard job. Like the manual handling associated with that is
Would it
massive.
be worse than bricklaying?
Yeah, I reckon.
But what?
Yeah, I reckon. It's
Really?
up there. It's definitely
Dude,
up there. It's
come
definitely
on,
up
man.
there. You think about it. You got to pull down the old fence.
Yeah.
All right. So you pull it down, then you got to pick it up. You got to put it on a truck. Sometimes you have to take the truck to the tip, unload all the stuff. All right. Drive back. So that's that. So you got to pick up that existing fence 2-3 times. Then you get the new timber. You either have to load it onto the truck or you get it delivered to the job. But then you have to pick up a post. You got to put it in the hole. You got to dig the holes. Pick up the post.
holes
Yeah, it's
is
fucked.
like the worst
Fucked,
thing.
especially in bad soil.
Yeah.
You're not Bayside, it's digging holes is the worst.
Yeah.
So you put the post in, then you got to level the post. You got to pick it up again, level it, get everything in. You got to pick up a rail, pick up the plinth, pick up paling. So you're picking up every piece of timber.
What's a plinth?
A plinth is like that bottom piece of timber that all the palings sit on.
Oh, okay.
So you've got to pick up every piece of timber 2, 3, 4 times. So if you add that up at the end of the day, you're picking up tons of material. So it's really, really tiring job. And especially when you get a hard job, it's not fun, shit access and everything's bad. But anyway, I always made it my point to always not be lazy and to do things. Just to get it done. Let's do it. Let's do it. So I would always be the type, I reckon, that would load that copy machine. But back onto your topic, if the culture was that bad, I probably just would have left.
So if I was
Because
doing
my
something,
growth wouldn't be there.
yeah, if you, and I did leave,
Yeah.
but if you are doing it on your own, you'll generally have a different, like even if the workplace is shit or the work is shit, you'll still do what you got to do.
Yeah, and I think
Like,
I'd get
and-
satisfaction out of that for myself.
Yeah, like, and that's what I was like with real estate, because real estate, you don't spend time in the office. Do you know what I mean? Like you are in the office every now and again, but you're not there most of the time.
Yeah, right.
So a lot of the time you're on your own.
I would have thought you'd be in the office more,
Nah, real estate, dude, you should be
making deals.
you're doing appointments, you're doing opens, you're doing, like, you might spend the morning in the office.
Yeah.
Come in early, get your emails done, punch out calls, get out. Go business meetings, like,
Meet up with
taking people
clients.
to their homes, doing vendor meetings and things like that. So there was a bit different because you could be in a shitty culture place and you could avoid it for most of the day. Whereas with when you're working like a 9 to 5, where you have to be there for 8 hours, and it's a shitty workplace, and everyone's like, fuck this, fuck that, and fuck this place, and and you know what I mean? They always, dude, it's horrible. It is horrible.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever been in that environment.
Yeah. Oh man, that's it's quite an experience. Horrible experience, but it's good to experience.
Yeah, I can
because
see it.
then like you can see when things are going sour in your own business, and then you can be like, whoa, you can't, like, don't do that because I've experienced that, and that's not nice to be on the other side of.
There could be opportunity though, even in that business. So say you are the shining light in that business.
It's usually a very big business as well.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
I
mean?
can see that. But
Yeah.
say if you're a shining light in that space, you're generally, if you've still got, say the culture shit, but you've got good managers or you've got good directors, a shining light's going to shine. Like they're
Yeah, but
going to see
guess
that too.
what happens in those businesses? If you might have, like, your direct manager
Yeah.
might be okay, but the person above him who's calling the shots is a dud. Do you know what I mean? So even though you might have a good direct manager that you can report to and they're okay and you're okay, the reality is when you look at everything, most people are there sticking around because it's comfort.
That's right. They get there, they clock in 9,
Dude,
they clock
they
out
are
at 5.
so used to being. I used to work at Mercedes-Benz in Doncaster. Dude, I went there when I got back from Europe.
Just recent, like last year.
Yeah, I went back just because I was going to drop something off. Yeah, I was dropping lunch off to someone there, and I walked in.
Is that Uber, part-time
Yeah,
Uber Eats?
I work in Uber. If you ever see me, say hello. And I walked into where I used to work, and there was some of the same people sitting there doing the exact same shit. And
Do you reckon they hated it?
deep down, yeah, 100%. 100%, dude.
So
Without a
that's
doubt,
it. I find that fascinating.
There was a lady that's... So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. Or if you want to watch the full episode, you can click over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.